California's Office of Emergency Services in the hot seat at the state capitol today as it tries to scrap a new 911 system that so far has cost taxpayers nearly $500 million.
Cal OES now wants to move forward with a new, different system, but they're not saying how much that could cost. KCRA 3 Political Director Ashley Zavala was at the Capitol today. So what are lawmakers trying to do about this?
Golston, state lawmakers are facing pressure to provide more oversight on this whole situation that they worry could mean life or death. Since 2019, Cal OES has been trying to upgrade the state's landline-based 911 system to one that relies on the internet. But it's been a slow rollout, now faced with cost delays, overruns, and the scrapping of a project taxpayers in this state already paid for. Officials with Cal OES today took responsibility for those delays and cost overruns in an oversight hearing in the state assembly. The state's next generation 911 system so far has been a regional model, splitting the state into 4 parts with 4 different telecommunications companies involved. As you mentioned, Cal OES spent more than $450 million on this, and now it's a system Cal OES no longer wants to use. Officials cited call routing and dropping problems in areas where the new system had been used. Cal OES officials explained to state lawmakers in that assembly hearing today that the agency now wants to have just one statewide system with one company. Even though they were asked repeatedly, they could not say how much that will cost. One lawmaker asked, "Are we safe?"
Yeah. Is the system operating properly now?
I think the system is operating the way we've experienced it. And so I think we are exposed to those same problems now. And I realize that doesn't quite answer your question.
Right, that doesn't quite answer the question. My question is the system operating adequately? The head, you guys from OES, you're in charge of this.
Right.
Are we safe today? Yeah. Are we adequately protected with our 911 system today?
To the extent that the PSAPs are routing traffic through the statewide backup system, we are not experiencing the problems that we had in the regional alignment.
But you don't want to answer the question whether the system adequately is safe today.
I think it's safe the way it is, with them on a single statewide provider.
The state's legislative analyst office is recommending lawmakers do more digging before allowing Cal OES to move forward with the new statewide system. Lawmakers in the state Senate today moved forward quickly with the Fix 911 Act, which would require Cal OES to give quarterly updates to state lawmakers on this upgrade. Republican State Senator Tony Strickland wrote that.
And so we can hold them accountable and have full transparency for everybody to know how this is going and how soon we can get this up and running.
But are you surprised that you even need a bill to do this? I mean, shouldn't the legislature have already been providing more oversight into this whole program?
I give credit to media outlets like yours that brought highlight to this, but yes, they should. But I'm doing what I can as a state legislator, as a state senator, to bring about accountability and be a problem solver. We need to solve this problem, but in order to solve the problem, you need to know where you are, and no one knew where we were.
Cal OES says if it moves forward with the new system, it could be ready by 2030. As far as the cost goes, officials said they're working on it, but they could not say when exactly they'll have a number. Lisa, back to you.